Hello, friends. Not everyone likes dogs, nor does everyone understand them. But if that's the case, then just don't get a dog and don't harm it. Most dogs are loyal and affectionate creatures, and most of us don't understand how anyone could hurt them. But there are people who make these animals suffer. This terrible incident happened in Romania. Some people found 4 puppies on the street. Someone doused them with tar, a viscous liquid, or a hard black asphalt-like product, and left them to a certain death. One puppy had it especially bad. His ears, eyes, and his entire muzzle were covered with the poisonous crust. Luckily for the puppies, people saw them and decided to call the volunteers of the Animal Protection Organization. Cătălin Paviliu, the founder of the organization, took the puppies home and spent several hours cleaning the hardened tar off of them. It was a long and painstaking job. In some places, the tar was so hard to remove that their fur had to be shaved off. Nevertheless, all 4 of the charming puppies were cleaned off. Now, their health is no longer in danger. The poor fellows were so frightened that they didn't even dare to accept food from the human at first. Now these adorable puppies live with their rescuer. This story has a very unexpected ending. 4 years into their relationship, this man finally decided to move in with his girlfriend. But he had no idea that his girlfriend would hate his dog, Molly. The woman demanded that he get rid of the dog, whichever way possible. After thinking about this problem, the man placed an ad on the internet. Looking for a new home. My girlfriend does not like my beagle Molly, so I have to rehome her. She is a purebred from a wealthy area, and I have had her for 4 years. She likes to play games, not totally trained. Has long hair, so she's a little high maintenance, especially the nails, but she loves having them done. Stays up all night yapping, but sleeps while I work. Only eats the best, most expensive food. Will never greet you at the door after a long day or give you unconditional love when you're down. Does not bite, but she can be mean as hell. So, anyone interested in my 30-year-old selfish, wicked, gold-digging girlfriend? Come and get her. Me and my dog want her rehomed ASAP. A few days later, he updated the ad to say that the woman had returned to her parents' house and that Molly and him were looking for a new girlfriend. Now we'll be moving to Grenada, Spain. A dog got into the animal rescue organization. It was so exhausted and emaciated that the vets didn't think it would live for much longer. The dog weighed only 7.5 kilograms, which was extremely underweight for an adult dog of this breed. Its internal organs could have failed at any moment. However, thanks to the vet's love and care, the dog has changed beyond recognition 2 months later. Just look at this beautiful dog. It's so great that there are kind people in this world. Once, during her business trip to Buenos Aires, Olivia Schievers, a flight attendant from Germany, fed a homeless dog. Ever since then, every time she came to the city, she stayed at the same hotel and saw Rubio, as she named the dog. Rubio could spend weeks waiting for the woman. Some kind people even tried to adopt Rubio, but the dog ran back to the hotel. Eventually, Olivia decided to adopt the dog. Now Rubio lives in Germany. One day, a teenager brought home a homeless dog. His father was against it, but his mother persuaded her husband not to kick the dog out. She knew that her son had dreamed of having a dog ever since he was little, but the woman was worried that she'd end up being the one who took care of it. However, her son was older now and could take care of the dog himself. And she was right. The teenager's name was Martin. He immediately washed the dog and treated it for fleas. He took it to the vet, and they told him that the dog was healthy. Martin named him Jack. The dog loved his new owner very much, and the feeling was mutual. It should be said that Martin had a very bad relationship with his dad, who wasn't his biological father. During yet another fight over Martin's bad grades, Jack tried to defend his owner the best he could. The dog barked a lot, and then it seemed to have completely lost it. Jack started running around ruining things, and even ripped up the sofa. The man got scared, and Jack and Martin went back to their room. The next morning, Martin went to school. The dog heard everyone leave the house, but a few minutes later, someone returned. It was the owner of the house. Jack didn't like him, but the dog realized that it still had to obey him. The man ordered the dog to follow him, and so it did. They got into the car and drove in an unknown direction. The car drove slowly across the snow-covered field. The driver stopped a few meters away from the cliff. There was a small but deep abandoned quarry with sheer walls. The man turned to the car and opened the door. Jack immediately jumped out. The animal willingly jumped down into the snow and looked at the man. He told the dog to follow him, and when it came to the edge of the quarry, he pushed it down. Then the man rushed to leave. Jack was lucky to have the snow soften his fall. But no matter how hard the dog tried, it couldn't get back out. Thus passed the day, and then the night. The poor fellow was very hungry and kept waiting for the man to return, but he never did. It's a good thing that Jack had a thick and long coat, because it didn't let the dog freeze, and it was really cold outside at the time. As the next day was coming to an end, Jack heard some voices. The animal barked as loudly as it could to be heard, and people did hear it. They were forest rangers. They talked with each other and left. Jack got sad. But half an hour later, they returned with a rope and carried out a rescue operation. Jack was saved. One of the rangers, a young man, immediately made a post on the internet with photographs of the dog that had been found. Meanwhile, Martin spent his days looking for the dog around the city. That evening, when he got home and went online, he saw the post and instantly recognized his dog. And then he realized what had happened. He told his mom, and it ended up being the last straw. She had known long that this cruel man wasn't someone she wanted to live the rest of her life with. But both she and her son have had enough of his bad temper. Martin got Jack back. Now the three of them live together, and they are very happy. Martin's even doing well at school. And that's all for today, friends. Share your thoughts about this episode in the comments below the video. Hit the like button, and don't forget to share this interesting video with your friends. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.